When will we have a vaccine for the coronavirus, and how can every Indian get access to it? Because nobody is safe until we are all protected. That's a question on everybody's mind. And today, Prime Minister Modi suggested that officials in charge of carrying out this Herculean task of vaccine distribution look to the way India conducts its mammoth general elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a meeting to review arrangements for the delivery and distribution of a coronavirus vaccine when one is made available. Pointing to India's repeated successful experience of conducting national elections, an exercise India is globally admired for, the Prime Minister suggested that vaccine distribution should involve state and union territory governments and civil society organizations and have a strong IT backbone that will boost India's healthcare system. He also called for speedy access to the vaccine for all members of the population and directed officials to keep in mind, and I'm quoting here, the geographical span and diversity of the country when planning logistics. Let's go across to Sukirti Dwivedi for more. Sukirti, this is the second such meeting the Prime Minister has led in the past 48 hours. So does this mean that India is actually close to having a vaccine in hand, which is why the government is hurtling towards trying to figure out a cold storage system and a distribution plan now?
Well, Sarah, currently there are 3 vaccines whose trials are being conducted in India. 2 of them are in phase 2, the other one is in phase 3. And going by the kind of statements that have been given by the Health Minister, Dr. Harshvardhan, as well, he has repeatedly made statements that by the first quarter of 2021, India will have a vaccine, and by July 2021, they aim to have at least vaccinated 25 to 30 crore Indians, which is a very ambitious figure, but the government at this point of time claiming that they have started making preparations, and for a country that has a population of about 130 crore people, all of these preparations have to be done in advance. So going by the statements being made by ministers at this point, the way these meetings are being conducted, yes, that is the message that the government is sending, that our vaccines are in the final stages of trials, and by the first quarter of 2021, India should be in a place where we will start distributing and also vaccinating over 20 crore Indians.
All right, Sukirti, thanks for that. So the politicians claiming a vaccine can be distributed in the way Indian elections are conducted. But what is the reality on the ground? Well, let's ask the medical experts. We have Dr. Rakesh Verma. He's the Additional Director General of Health Services joining us. Thank you, sir, for your time. Dr. Verma,
good evening. Yes.
Dr. Verma, this is a mammoth exercise. Not just do you need cold storage, do you need distribution, then the administration of this vaccine. Our health minister says 25 crore Indians will be vaccinated by July 2021. Is that rather ambitious? It sounds rather ambitious. Can it be done this way, the way the politicians claim?
Ma'am, your query is quietly off the mark. I must tell you that we have to have full faith in the wisdom of our Honorable Prime Minister, our Honorable Health Minister. There is no reason, I repeat, there is no reason for anybody in the country to doubt the wisdom, the planning of Honorable Health Minister and Honorable Prime Minister of this country. So when they say something...
Even medical experts?
I'm saying when they say something, they mean it, and they mean it with the way of the armamentarium, which is very enriched.
All right, so perhaps I'm putting you on the spot. Perhaps I'm putting you on the spot, expecting you to answer that question. That's fine. Let me move on to other questions that you can be candid about. In today's review meeting, the PMO also said that there are 3 vaccines in the advanced stages of development in India, out of which 2 are in phase 2, 1 in phase 1. So could you throw a little light on the vaccines under trial? What do you think could be the front runner? Is it Bharat Biotech or AstraZeneca, the Oxford vaccine?
See, all these are very standard names, very talented names, very trusted names. And I assure you, Indian scientists, Indian biochemists, Indian biotechnologists are doing their level best to bring out earliest, safest and dependable vaccine. Say military production of vaccine is not enough. The vaccine should be lasting. It should prevent the disease without causing any symptom whatsoever to the people who receive it. And then you must remember India's vast demographic setup. In Kashmir, it's absolutely cold. In north, is absolutely cold. While in the central part of the country, it's very, very warm. Even today, in this October, that we are 17th of October, the temperature in Delhi is very, very warm. So you must remember those demographic variations also have to be looked in by the vaccine. And in the previous question which you asked, I must remind you, you must remember our Honorable Health Minister is known as a polio eradication man.
Yes.
He took this mammoth exercise during his first tenure, and with this vast country, we could eradicate under his leadership the polio from the subcontinent altogether. And that time the resources with the government were less. Today government is well having good resources, good doctors, good scientists, good paraphernalia. So
sure. Polio, of course, India is known the world over for our polio vaccination program, but it has been a program that has been carried out over decades under various separate governments. Now, Doctor, also the PMO also said today that 2 studies on the genome of the coronavirus in India conducted by the country's top clinical research body and the Department of Biotechnology suggest that the COVID-19 vaccine is genetically stable and it has shown no major mutation. What is the significance of this, Doctor? If you could help clarify for the public.
If you remember, there was a lot of reports, stray reports about a COVID reinfection, a COVID having diverse presentation. Like today also there's another study that says that people who have O blood group have got less susceptibility to this corona infection. Similarly, once we have got a genome, stable genome, this means we can have a stable vaccine. We don't have to change the vaccine. Like influenza vaccine, every 9 months or 10 months, it has to be given again because the virus mutates, virus changes profile. So we have to give a new vaccine every 9 months or 12 months. When they say this statement, which you have mentioned just now, they mean to say the vaccine would be stable, effective, safe, and efficacious for all variants which are available or which are exposed to the Indian subcontinent people as of today. This is what they mean. This is a reassuring report.
Absolutely. There's certainly good news to hear that. Thanks for clarifying that, Doctor. Lastly, now, you know, cases nationwide finally seem to be slowing down. Yet, here we are heading into a festive season. The 9-day Navratri festival begins today. Prayers have been offered in temples across the country. Now, given that India is in the grip of a pandemic, there are concerns about crowds at temples, at marketplaces. Various states have different festivals. As a doctor on the front line, likely to be the first hit if cases start rising again, what would you say to anyone who's watching this show, who is perhaps considering going out once to celebrate a festival with families, going to a pandal?
This is a very pertinent question which you have raised, and as you remember, through your channel itself, I had told you that your media is doing a wonderful job so far as COVID is concerned. Indian population is quite aware that this is their own responsibility. No nation, no government, whether it is central government, state government, district government, can fight this unless I and you fight this, feeling that this is my own battle, this is my own fight. And that is by medical social distancing of at least 6 to 8 feet, persistent use of mask which is tightly put on your nose, nostrils and the mouth. Then if I am coughing, I cough on the left side or the right side. If I don't have a handkerchief or a towel, I cough in my own armpit so that my voice with the droplet of the infection, if at all it is there, is not transmitted to second person. Those precautions, I tell you, Indian population by and large has been very cooperative, very assimilative and very informed by the media through your and other good channels. Those who have been perpetuating this sign, the bachao hi suraksha hai, bachao hi ilaj hai. And we repeat, a protection is the treatment. Protection is the treatment. When I protect myself, my family, my kutum, my mohalla and my city and my state and my country. We have to continue to work. And now with the situation that festive season is coming, we have to be extra cautious, not for ourselves, but others also. We don't go. And then puja can be done at home also. Puja is by hearts, not by uttering words, not by only doing the festive. You see, Gujarat, Garba has been cancelled this year. All the temples, I visited 1 or 2 temples and saw that people are following social distancing norm by and large. Sanitizers are being used and masks are being used. And I, through you, request the Indian population once again, kindly follow the instructions given by Government of India, state governments, district governments in maintaining social distance, use of mask, and maintaining a clean hygiene. When you go and touch an unexposed thing, unexplained thing, wash your hand with the soap and water. Any soap will do, any sanitizer will do, and kindly maintain a good safe distance. Do not get out of the house unless it's really mandatory and unavoidable. If you follow this situation for all of Indian population, I think the war against COVID will be won earlier than later. And we require help of each citizen of this country to come up
All right.
and help it. Thank you.
Well, those are the basics and we can never repeat them enough. Thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh Verma, for your time today. Thank you.